She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Finna love sisters? Finna D coming to you all from Ft.Mom News.
My review was already recorded, but I figure, you know what, just go ahead and post it on Sunday a few hours before the new episode so they can have something to watch while they're waiting for the new episode. You know how Bravo does it. They might play an older season before the current episode, or they might replay the previous episode. So that's just what I'm doing today. I will be jumping around. I'm not going to cover every single part. I am going to focus on the parts that stood out to me. Milo and Sheree working out. Just say Sheree working out, because Milo was on those machines for like 2 seconds, okay? You know, Sheree telling her that the girls, including Sheree, were simply giving her constructive criticism. You know, I love how Kenya was like, look, I already spent $10,000 to $15,000 for Brooklyn's party. Y'all gonna get these text messages and call it a day. I'm not doing no extra nothing for invitation. Who am I trying to impress? Come to the party, be impressed, and my daughter is gonna be happy. That's where I'm spending my money. Hey, yes, a text. Brooklyn party, you're invited next. Okay, so I'm here for it. Milo thought that was like throwing shade because Kenya criticized, you know, her invitation. So she had every right, you know, to throw in her 2 cents. Milo nephews not wanting to come, I completely understand. They are big boys, you know. At our age, why are we going through a 3-year-old birthday party to sit there and sip some tea? So I get it, them not wanting to go, you know. That was that. There was nothing shady about that. Their kids, leave them in the kids' place, okay? Because I saw some people trying to turn it into, ooh, they don't like Kenya. It had nothing to do with that. Even Monyetta said it during her speak on it, which I do have a video coming up about what Monyetta had to say about Kenya, about a comment that Kenya made during the episode. But we're going to stay focused. She even said that when she and her kids came, her kids, they are still kids, but they are not 3, okay? So exactly. And especially it being a tea party and not a bouncy house, and we can run around the park, and exactly. So anyways, let's go back to the beginning, because I'm jumping straight to the party, but it's because I was talking about Milo. So let's go back, okay? Milo and Sheree, they have their conversation in the gym. Sheree is telling her, you know what, exactly what I said in my last review. Sheree is going to take the information that Kenya is telling her back to Milo, and it's going to be the same old bone collected mess back and forth. So I wasn't surprised. This whole assistant thing, Lord, we've seen it before. Recycled, you say, I say, they say, middle school-ish. But Sheree is upset that Candy is going around, you know, repeating things that she heard when Candy could simply just pick up the phone and call her. And of course, Bravo is now showing flashback of certain moments, you know, that it's hurtful to Candy, but at least they're keeping it fair. You know, normally Kenya Moore gets all of the most negative flashback, and everybody else just get to coast on by. So because they even flash all of the blog pages claiming that Sheree don't pay her employees, okay, and pay people that works for her. So I was like, oh, okay, Bravo, I see you. All right. So they had that conversation. She brought up Kenya. Let's move on. I'm glad that Sonia is okay. That was a scary situation with the accident. Drew spending $200 in Brooklyn. When I posted Kenya Amazon Live, and I also talked about her relationship with Drew, I included that book in the gift in that whole segment in there. So shout out to Drew. Drew is like, I don't spend $204 on this little girl. I think that's even more than what Drew spent on that wig she had at that party that she and Latoya almost got in the fight. The Billy Q when she lied on Latoya, I think it was last season, okay? But anyways, kudos to Drew. You know, she's doing her thing and doing her best to, you know, kiss up to Kenya because she doesn't have, you know, backup anymore. And I love that Kenya is staying out of it. You're going to fight your own battle with Sheree. I'm staying out of it, okay? Anyways, let's stay focused. So I'm glad that Drew was there for Sonia, went to pick her up. gave her the hugs and emotional support that she needed. She was there for her friend. So kudos to her. Now, Drew's assistant is messy, but the whole story about Sheree not paying people, it's not new. Even Kenya, the little Chateau, she can't pay. Sheree nickname is can't pay. Hot mess. Hot mess. So this is not new. But Kenya did say on Watch What Happens Live, it's not that Sheree don't want to pay people. She's not going to pay you if you do not do good work. That's what Kenya said. Yeah, and then back to, Milo adjusting her seat to sit up to hear what Kenya had to say at Sheree's house, just to recycle this same old read. Like, is that it? Is that all you have? The white refrigerator, that's it? We're only a few episodes in, but girl, I mean, come on. Kenya have shut you down and ended you with her few interviews. Drew, I understand that this is you and your husband's storyline, so you have to, even if it's 60 seconds, you have to squeeze something in there. But at this point, it's becoming too obvious and too much. Okay, your husband can go and have drinks with his boys and taking the receipt pockets or whatever and making a big deal because he went and had 2 drinks with his boys. Okay, you're just doing too much. Okay, you're just doing too much. That man is a grown man. He can go and have drinks with his boys. And if it's real and that's a problem, child, even if you leave him, the next man will have problems with that insecurity. Okay, he can go and have drinks with his boys. As long as when he goes to have drinks, that's it. He's drinking with his boys and he's coming home and not disrespecting you. But Drew will get there. He's going through it. She will get there if you believe the storyline. So the hall, beautiful hall. The event planner did an amazing job. Kudos to her. Kenya looked beautiful. Brooklyn looked adorable. Everything looked great. Everything was beautiful. The girls were late. It was nothing but compliments. It was pleasant. It was amazing. It was great. Okay. I love that Kenya had the kids section, the kids table, and then the grown-up table. I love that the game started very age appropriate. It was all about Brooklyn. I love that. And I do see Kenya intention. I also love that when I saw the preview, I was like, come on now, Kenya. You of all people, why would you choose your daughter's birthday party to have this game? Okay? You should be the one saying, security, this is not going to happen at my daughter's birthday party. Stop it. But I do love the fact that it was at a grown folks table. Okay, it started off being very appropriate. It was supposed to be a fun shade game, but of course, Bravo and these girls, they are going to turn it up. Okay, and Sheree did say the alcohol that was made for her was a little bit strong, so go ahead and blame it on the alcohol. All right, but they were playing the game. Everything was going fine. Now, the issue that I have is Candy is grown enough to know just because it's on the paper at a kid's birthday party doesn't mean you read it out loud. She could have said, Candy does what? And then said, okay, now who wrote this, and pass the paper around for people to see what is said, and then repeat what was said in confessionals, or have the producers repeat it and put it on the screen. They do all this extra stuff in confessionals. Candy could have made that happen. You didn't have to say it at a kid's birthday party. Yes, it was written down, but as an adult that knows better, and your kids were there as well, even though they were in their own little separate space and couldn't hear what was going on, you could have still said, you know what, I'm not going to say this word. The kids are around, but I'm going to pass this paper around because who wrote that? And production would have instantly played the confessionals look the same way how Candy went in confessionals and said, I don't do this. Sheree said some things. You do this everywhere else. So why the locker room is a problem? Marlo said, which locker room? Did she even go to college? All of the girls had something to say. So that could have happened in confessionals. You didn't have to repeat it at the kid's birthday party. However, the last episode was a filler episode. It was kind of dry, so they needed a moment. And the only way to have a moment, Candy had to do that. She didn't have to do it. Secondly, it's a Kenya Moore event. They don't respect Kenya like that. So of course they're going to make sure something happened at her party. Remember, Cynthia Bailey set up the whole cookie lady situation, and she was going to come to Brooklyn or the party that Drew was wearing a dress from, different color. But yeah, Tanya was going to meet the cookie lady there, and they were going to have a conversation there. Cynthia set all of that up being messy at a kid's birthday party, and then went back and told Eva what was about to happen. That's why Eva did not bring her kids. That's why everyone looked confused, saying, but Eva, why are you behaving like we are monsters and we're going to do something inappropriate at a kid's birthday party? And Cynthia Bailey sat there looking all quiet and innocent, did not say anything to make the connection. Or maybe Cynthia said something and Bravo cut everything out, because their whole point was Cynthia is our love and light character and Kenya is our villain. We cannot show Cynthia in a negative light. We have to wait until we can set Kenya more up and make it look like this whole cookie lady situation was her idea, when it was Cynthia Bailey from the start who dragged Kenya Moore into it and threw her under the bus. So Brooklyn other party was going to be worse than this, but Tanya did not show up, or production decided absolutely not. Let's cut all that part out and blame Kenya Moore for everything, because it's on brand for Kenya, because she's our villain, and not on brand for Cynthia Bailey. Okay, we did not see Eva kids at this party, but we know that Eva and Kenya and the kids, they're all still cool. I've posted videos about them. I can also see somebody else having their child's birthday party in the future and throwing, little jabs, saying, and that's how you throw an actual kid's birthday party without that mess going on at Kenya Moore party. But you know what? Thank you, Kenya Moore. Because of Brooklyn's party, the episode had some type of spice. And I'm gonna need people to stop with this whole candy and sexual act situation. Haven't Bravo learned? I know this is not an accusation, making a vague statement. Kenny already been through certain accusations about taking someone and doing something with them. So people need to learn. And as much as I wish she didn't say it out loud, I still love how she handled herself, because she could have allowed herself to go back to that place. And even though this situation wasn't as bad, she could have gone back to that place and snap. And the season just started, but maybe they're holding on for the reunion to expose who actually wrote the note, or maybe we will never know. But Kenya insinuated that the person who wrote it marker they used match whatever marker they had in their hand. Malo did it, but we shall see, allegedly. But even Monyetta said during Kenny's speak on it, which I'm going to talk about, I have a separate video on that her kids who are a little older did not hear anything. So for the people who were concerned, and the lady who made that scene, the lady raising her voice, she's the one that kids heard, because she brought attention to herself. I guess she's like, look, I've seen this show, I'm going to be on it, and I'm going to do my best to make sure my little 15 seconds count. And so she was doing all that for a moment, and she got her little 15 seconds moment, and then she left. But the kids did not hear what Kenny said, okay? And then after that, of course, Drew and Sheree got into it. Kenya did her best, to calm them down and say, okay, guys, lower your voice. The kids are around. It shouldn't have gotten this far. This conversation shouldn't be happening here. But of course, if you choose to have a game like that, regardless of what table it was at, okay, things will happen. And I understand it wasn't Brooklyn normal party, going to the park, where the kids can run around. You have the music, the bouncy house. A tea party is a tea party. So, and especially inviting adults to the tea party, of course, she had to come up with something more entertaining than just what is Brooklyn's age, what is Brooklyn middle name, and things like that. Drew assistant, messy. Sheree friend, messy. Sheree was the same person who got up and walk away during that trip when Kenya and the other girls brought up Kim Phil's husband, allegedly rumors going around Hollywood that he was gay, or he is gay, okay? Sheree was very upset. She walked away. Sheree, social media, everyone made a big deal when Kenya did that. This man is married, he had family. It was this big deal. But here's Sheree once again repeating something, and her friend being messy enough to repeat something about somebody's husband, all because she's beefing with them. But when it was Kenya Moore, oh my gosh, it was a war. So we already know Sheree is a hypocrite, and Drew, you need to check your assistant. He's messy. Mayetta said she did not know about the party, like the dress code, the memo. She just came from taking her kids to some activities and game, and that's why she was dressed that way. The whole, talking with your hands, ladies, chill on that. I'm glad the girls got in the middle, so that things didn't escalate. But I'm just glad it's not Kenya. I'm glad that we have something new, something fresh. It's Sheree and Drew. I have a separate video coming up on them because they've been dragging each other all week on Twitter. I might just wait till after this episode to read more tweets and add it to my video that I'm going to post tomorrow. But it's just overall a hot mess. Candy and Todd, Candy girl. When you met your husband, it was him, and then threesomes and foursomes and allegedly and all of this. Get back in there with your husband. The whole complaining about them, not being intimate and all of that. And don't forget, these people, you're paying them to make sure you're booked and busy. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So you have to put your foot there and say no to certain things. It can't, because your husband is saying it's just too much. I'm also 100% in agreement with Todd about he just want to do something for himself, because every time Candy is attached, she gets all the credit, which is true. Okay, it was Todd's idea for the show, but who did all the press run and everything? But she made sure to say almost every single interview that it was Todd's idea and it was Todd who pitched it. Even the restaurant, it's all been Todd. But of course, Candy is the face. Financially, Todd is investing. Candy is investing as well. I do wish their marriage absolutely nothing but the best. I'm just glad that Brooklyn had an amazing birthday. She looked adorable. She looked beautiful. Kenya, you look beautiful. You did your thing. All of the girls came together. Yes, I skipped over Kenya and Malo back and forth because it was so unnecessary. The recycled read, Malo just desperately trying to have a moment with Kenya. Like, I agree with Candy. Girl, what tire is old? Move on. Find someone else to beef with. This whole, I want to be Kenya's friend, and then now, girl, stop. And then Malo dissing Kenya and Drew's career, but couldn't even pronounce. That part was hilarious. And I really do hope that Kenya gets a show when it comes to a renovation show, flipping houses show, interior design, whatever. I'm just hoping that she gets a show because she is so intelligent and have an eye and a passion for that. I really do hope she gets it. HGTV, call our girl. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.